Roxanne Delgado would like to speak in the public.
You want to say what we...
Sorry.
Hello.
Yes.
So hello.
One second, Roxanne. Sorry, I just want to make sure I introduce. Good evening, everyone. It is Thursday, March 26th. The time is now 7:02 p.m. Welcome to the full board meeting of Bronx Community Board 11. We're going to start a little late with the public hearing session, and I'll turn it over to Ms. Roxanne Delgado.
Okay, evening. I'd like a 30-second warning. So this is regarding the agenda, tonight's agenda. On the gallery session portion, it states speakers receive initial 2-minute uninterrupted. Can I speak? It's kind of uninterrupted speaking time. Those registered in advance will be called upon in the order they register. This is the same thing you put in the committee meetings. This kind of misleads people to think that they don't have to register in advance to speak, that only they will have to pre-register to speak first in order. So I really think you should fix the agenda because unfortunately I forced this agenda to several people on Pelham Parkway, and now they won't be able to speak because they did not register in time because they based this on this agenda. If you're going to put this, you should emphasize that for remote, mandated pre-register within 36 hours in advance, and for in-person, limited to the first 10 people. I mean, this is so not fair because people really want to speak about BRC and other issues in the Community Board 11. Thank you so much. So please fix this up because this is misleading, and don't expect people to read the bylaws because I know some board members don't even know their bylaws here. Thank you.
Thank you. Noted. So are we ready?
So let me just confirm. All right, I'm going to run down attendance. If you see somebody online, if whoever is online. So we have Cynthia Rodriguez in person, Rich Reynoso is excused, Veronica Castro is in person. So this is for quorum purposes for our full board meeting. Hazel's in person, Harry's in person, Ryan to be determined, Stephanie to be determined. Patrizia excused, although she may join online. Junior Campbell in person, Stacey Ann De Leon, remote. Alex to be determined, Moshe Fuchs to be determined, Ken Galnick to be determined. Again, if you're online, please say something in the chat, whatever. If the chat's enabled for you, that was maybe an issue. D1 Jones was online. I don't see him anymore. Debbie's in person. David's in person. Juan's in person. Jackie, Dimaj in person. All those were in person. Herbert is excused. Myra to be determined. Naomi to be determined. Shred Hammond to be determined. Okay. Shredo's here. Huh? So Shredo is here. Juanita to be determined.
She's online.
Okay. Yeah, if they want to raise their hand too, that'd be helpful. Joanne Rubino's in person. Oral Selkridge to be determined. Abdus Shahid in person. Lisa Soto to be determined. Christina Stevens, I'll come back to him.
Christina's excused.
Yes, I'm just going to announce it for everybody. Deere's excused. Joe Thompson's in person. Sandra Unger is in person. Lisa Villela is in person. Janice Walcott to be determined. Dwayne Williams is in person. Jeanette Wilson should be joining online. And we got Ryan. So current membership total is 36. We did have one loss in membership. We are going to have at least one more. Yes, thank you. So 17 is a majority of 36, yes? So that's a quorum.
Yep. Okay. Oh, wait, 18
Well,
is half
18,
of
yes,
36.
I'm sorry, I didn't get, I got
How many do we have? 21? Wait,
We have 18 out of 36.
oh, so then we don't have. Wait,
Oh,
you
we
still
need one
have,
more.
you still have Cadero?
Yeah, yes, but I'm taking it off.
Great. We got Alex.
So then we have 19, so we need 19 for a quorum.
Okay.
My mistake.
All right. Ready? Okay, once again, this is the meeting of Bronx Community Board 11. Today's date is Thursday, March 26th. The time now is 7:07 p.m. We're ready to begin the official meeting. Let us rise in a way that is meaningful to you for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's take a moment of silence for our fallen first responders and medical and military service personnel, and for those suffering throughout the world. Thank you. You may be seated. Are there any more slips, Debbie? Debbie and Chris? No, thank you. Would anybody like to read the conduct statement? Go for it, Harry.
Good evening, everyone. Community Board 11 meetings must be held in a professional and hostile-free environment. The following rules of conduct are applicable to members of the public, Community Board 11 and Community Board 11 staff. Any action or behavior that disrupts or interferes with Community Board 11 business will not be tolerated during any Community Board 11 meeting and may result in individual being asked to leave. If the behavior continues, this may be considered disturbing of the peace, and the appropriate authorities will be summoned. If the meeting is held remotely, the person may be muted or expelled for the remainder. Repeated violations by the same person or groups of people may result in further action by the community board. All public speakers must address the full board or committee with their concerns. Electioneering for a position other than office of Community Board 11 is prohibited. Engaging in any acts of violence, including threats, are ground for immediate suspension of the right to attend meetings pending review by Ethics and Disciplinary Committee. Respect equality, diversity, and privacy of all people by respecting and valuing difference in culture of opinion. Refrain from unpleasant or derogatory remarks and other actions. Abstain from all forms of harassment by activity discouraging it. Dismantling false information is prohibited.
Jeanette is online. She's saying that the chat is disabled for her. Should she exit and try to come again?
Okay, so I just made Jeanette, Kadera, co-hosts, or I promoted them to whatever, so they should be able to chat or whatever you need to do, as long as you accept your role. I'm going to try that again. You need to accept the role. So your promotion to a panelist. So Kadera declined to be promoted, and Jeanette will be rejoining. Yeah, and so if you're a board member, to be counted for attendance, you have to have your video on, like Juanita does.
Thank you. Moving on to the gallery session. Speakers receive an initial 2 minutes of uninterrupted speaking time. Those registered in advance will be called upon in the order they registered. I believe I saw Mr. Press online, not in person.
It's on the agenda too, how they plan on speaking.
Yeah, it says in person for him.
Oh, no, I meant to type them wrong. The rest of them are right, though.
Okay. So, Mr. Press, let's see. Yeah,
Madam Chair, hear me?
I can hear you.
I'd like to know if there's a quorum in person first.
Yes, there is.
Thank you, okay. And I have one question for you. Will you be bringing up the Propel New York item this meeting?
Let me refresh my memory.
It's not on the agenda, but it could be brought up.
Oh, no. They're coming next month, I believe.
Okay, then I will pass on my speech then. It was on
Okay.
Propel New York, so I'll wait.
Okay.
Thank you. And give someone
Thank
else
you.
a chance.
All right, thanks. Next is the lovely Miguel Dyer, district resident. I do not see him. Nope. All right. Miss Evelyn Hernandez Rosa.
So she should be online.
Yes. Yeah. All right, I sent it. Evelyn, you should be able to unmute yourself. Let's try again. Evelyn, you can speak if you can hear me. No? Okay, we'll come back to you. Ms. J. Lopez. Ms. Lopez, you can unmute yourself?
Hello?
Yes.
Great. Thank you for having me as a speaker today. I appreciate your time. I'm here today to voice my opposition to the BRC proposal for the following 3 reasons. One, their proposal includes to demolish the existing bank building at 626 Pelham Parkway, build a 9-story building in its place, and design substandard SRO housing for the most vulnerable population. Just 2 weeks ago, M&T opened a new full-service bank in the Bronx to address the Bronx banking desert to improve financial inclusion for our communities. BRC's proposal to demolish the well-structured building that has been there since 1948 will concurrently demolish all potential future banking services that could financially strengthen the community. Reducing banking services in this community is a significant loss. The 9-story building is 3 stories higher than the neighboring 6-story residential buildings. It will in fact tower above or near all the nearby structures, making it an eyesore for the neighborhood. The height of the proposed building appears too high to maintain the cohesiveness of the nearby co-ops and rental buildings. The BRC also proposes to build a single-room occupancy units, when each will be the size of hotel rooms. And
30 seconds.
And because the tenancy will have a lease, it will be considered permanent housing. If the intent is to design hotel room structures, wouldn't this project be more efficiently completed if BRC remodeled an existing hotel instead of destroying a bank building fully equipped with a 100-ton vault? A room is not a home. If BRC is promoting self-sufficiency, then every individual will need their own kitchen to learn the basic skills of cooking, cleaning, and feeding oneself. Staff cleaning for them does not promote self-sufficiency.
Thank you.
What was her name again? No. Ms. Lopez, if you want to email us the rest of what you wrote, we'll gladly read it and forward it on.
Yes, I will do that. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Next up, it's Camelia. Yeah, Dr. Camelia Tepelus from the Morris Park bid.
Good evening. My name is Camelia Tepelus. I'm the Executive Director for the Morris Park bid. I want to start by thanking CB11, DOT, DP, Parks, all the agencies that helped us get through this long winter. I'm here to share a couple of events and also to raise a little bit of concern where I hope CB11 will help us advance. First of all, on April 18, Morris Park bid and the recently formed Friends of Loreto Playground Group, we will host the 4th edition of Morris Park Earth Day, a cleanup. We will also have the urban parks rangers, so families are particularly encouraged to join us, and volunteers are welcome. All supplies will be provided. Very important, this year is the America 250 year sesquicentennial, 250 years from the Declaration of Independence, and we will have a special event organized together with PS 83 on Friday, May 15, during the Bronx Week. We called it Morris Park America 250 celebration on Governor Morris, the founding father from the Bronx. There will be recitations, songs, and a historical presentation. We really hope it will not sound as boring as it sounds. It's a really fun event. I saw it and I strongly recommend everybody. Then towards the end of the school year, Morris Park bid secured for a second time a performance from the Petmobile, oh my God. Pinocchio at Loreto, June 28 at 1 o'clock. And then the point of concern that I wanted to raise is that reckless, performative, and dangerous driving persists on Morris Park Avenue, but also other corridors. A video has been shared on social media, but we have many more. And we would much appreciate a more robust public messaging from NYPD 49th Precinct on this topic and from all civic organizations and leaders that have
Thank
a
you,
voice
Doctor.
in the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Camelia. Not to put our officers on the spot, I don't know if you folks are aware of the video that's been circulating online with, I think it was at the end of Morris Park Avenue by White Plains Road with the donuts. Do you want to share, do you have any information to share with that regard? Come, if you don't mind, just come to the mic for the recording, if that's okay.
Good evening, Sergeant Novak, 49 Precinct Q team. This is Officer Fernandez. We are aware of the situation with the donuts in Morris Park, and it's an ongoing thing. We, specifically to this past week, the incidents have occurred, we have been canvassing the local stores, trying to see if we can get any kind of license plates. It's proving extremely hard to do, because anyone who's willing to give us access to that, it's just not catching what's on the what's actually happening on the street. And then even so, like one other thing to keep in mind, like, as I know someone said to us, like, oh, this is easy to do, like, you get plates, you get the guy. It's like, it's not that easy, because even if we were to get a legible plate, these kids who are doing these donuts and everything, they'll put a plate on that's not for that car. You know, so they're not dumb. They're the ones who are posting these videos too. So it's very tricky, and a lot of times, even if we're in that situation where we happen to catch them in the act, then the types of cars they're driving, they take off. It's extremely dangerous for us to pursue. It could just amplify the situation. But we are aware. We are doing our best to come to some kind of conclusion to this. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to circle back to Miss Evelyn. Is she still on? Evelyn Hernandez Rosa, can you hear me? And if you can speak. I think. No, it's not picking up for some reason. Ms. Rosa, we'll come back. Ed Murphy?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Okay. I am gonna say good evening to everybody and get back to the BRC issues with it coming into the neighborhood. The parkway now is stretched to its limits. 49 has an issue with all the racing cars going down there. I just came from walking the dog. There must have been about 25 motorcycles going down, as well as speeding cars. Adding another level of distraction to our community with the BRC, you know, it's unfeasible. You know, I'm asking that the community board write to the city leaders not to approve the 70 million. And in the recent Bronx news, they said, well, if they don't get the 70 million, they have other ways to do it. So why take us down this road? You know, if they have other means to do it, then go down that road. We could use the 70 million in our community for our youth, for our senior citizens, and so on, and for maybe help with paying some of our rent here. That's all I have to say. Thank you. Do the right thing.
Thank you. Is she up? Who? Gina Caliendo, Dr. Gina Caliendo?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening. I'd also like to speak on that same topic and also voice my opposition. I've lived in this community for over 50 years. Lately, there seems to be a coordinated effort to fundamentally alter the character that makes this area so special and desirable. I'm deeply concerned about this project because it presents a risk to the fabric of our community. It's a dressed up SRO. The Pelham Parkway community is filled with working families who have committed to making the area a good place to raise children and a safe place for all residents. We need to focus on supporting our residents and our community. Bringing this project into our community with no corresponding responsibility on the part of the residents or owner is unfair to those who have invested their lives and efforts into making it what it is. By their own admission, only about 10 people from this community will be placed in this building. There's no benefit to our community, only risk. We should be stop the warehousing of people and start finding real solutions that treat people with respect. I'd also like to address the Bronx Times article and the related BRC audits. I don't know the expectations of reporters at Bronx Times, but I would expect them to do their own due diligence versus accepting what the BRC rep states. A review of audits by Cranes found that that of 12 findings in a 2021 audit, only 2 were addressed and 2 were completely ignored. Over 1.4 million was unsupported by invoices, and over 500,000 in personnel expenses was unsupported. How are they still eligible for any funding? That's the real story that a hyperlocal paper should be following, and maybe that will explain
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Okay, maybe that will explain why our community is being targeted for all of these problematic programs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Evelyn is calling in.
Has her hand raised.
Okay.
Evelyn, just to let her know, Evelyn Hernandez is calling in.
She has the permission.
By
She's
phone.
on the phone.
By phone.
How do we?
She's calling by phone.
Okay. I'm going to go on to Ms. Rita Zulo with Allerton Avenue Homeowners. Let me see if you're... So sorry. Now I lost my screen. So, here we go. Rita Zulo. Okay, Rita, you can unmute. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Good evening, Chair and members of the full board. I want to be clear tonight. My opposition to the proposed BRC permanent housing project at 626 Pelham Parkway South does not come from a lack of compassion. It comes from deep concern for both the residents of this community and for the vulnerable individuals this project is meant to support. Supportive housing succeeds when it is placed in environments that promote stability and safety. Unfortunately, this location is already struggling with persistent issues: crime, drug activity, and ongoing quality of life concerns. Placing individuals who are working through mental health or substance abuse challenges into an already unstable environment risks undermining their recovery and well-being rather than supporting it. I am also concerned about the SRO model itself. Shared and limited living spaces can be challenging under the best of circumstances. For individuals facing complex personal struggles, this type of housing can increase stress, conflict, and instability, especially if not paired with strong, clearly defined support systems. Additionally, our community is already operating under significant pressure in terms of public safety. Without a transparent and concrete plan to expand resources alongside this project, there is a real concern about overburdening local infrastructure and compromising the well-being of both current residents and future tenants.
30 seconds.
The lack of transparency on the management of the facility and the safeguards that will be implemented are a community concern. For all these reasons, I respectfully urge the full board to exercise its advisory authority and recommend against this proposal. Thank you for your time, service, and consideration to this matter.
Thank you. Did we figure the situation out with Miss Evelyn? Is that her?
Yeah, that's right now.
Evelyn, can you hear me now? Can you try to speak?
I don't know if it's star 6 or what it is.
Start, do we know?
Star 6.
Star 6. No? Okay.
Maybe she should go off and come back online.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, we'll try to circle back
Can you hear me
again.
now?
Ah, yes.
Okay, finally.
It's all yours.
Okay. Good evening. As a concerned 40-plus year resident of this community, the proposal for a 106 single-room occupancy unit building at the former site of the Apple Bank at 626 Pelham Parkway is a concerning one. The proposal that there will be mentally ill people there or substance abusers, former substance abuse, and lower income people living there. What the community could use would be an actual affordable housing unit for probably seniors or for low income working families. I understand mentally ill and former substance abuse need a place to live, but what level of the mentally ill is proposed to live in this building? There's a lot of questions. What rules must they follow to live in the building? Who will be monitoring them? With just one shared kitchen on every floor, I don't believe this will work with many of the residents. There's just too many questions to ask. And like I said, everyone deserves a place, but I don't believe this should be in our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, moving on to the slips. First up is, I didn't miss anyone, did I? No. Okay. Ms. Roxanne Delgado. Well, you know what? We have okay, while Jeremy looks that up, would you mind going up next?
Before I start, I'd like to say people took the time to be here. Hi. We'll start. People took the time to be here. I would appreciate the board members at least paying attention to people and not have side conversations. Because people came here.
Say that again.
This is not my time, but I've been noticing several people here having side conversation while residents are speaking. They took the time to be here. Show the respect by at least pretending to listen. I'm not referring to you, but I'm referring to other board members. Please pay attention. You don't have to be on your phone. You don't have to have conversation with your other board members. You could do it outside or after the board meeting, please. We deserve respect here.
Point taken.
Okay, let me read I appreciate your time. 1 second. Okay, I'd like my 30-second warning, please. So the community does want affordable housing. That's no question. The issue is that single-room occupancy is not housing. This is unlivable for the community and especially for the vulnerable population. To say the community wellness service area is not doing their part is inaccurate. In less than 3 years, we have a 3 homeless shelter totaling 600 beds. We have over 5,000 apartments being built in our district area. The SRO on 626 Pelham Parkway South, the former Apple Bank location, will have no individual kitchen and barely 275 square feet in size. BRC is seeking $7 million as they refer as government money, which is our money. That means each SRO will cost over $660,000, well waste of our money. BRC is reading off a script and couldn't answer questions at the meeting off the script. One of the main concerns besides the SRO is that the negative environmental impact, the toxin and pollutants from demolishing a 70-year-old building and a massive safe. The community board is to serve the community, including Pelham Parkway. I asked the board to listen to the community time and time again that has showed up and asking you to send a letter on our behalf that we want affordable housing, but not SROs. It's not good for the community. It's definitely not good for the residents there, for the clients that BRC is pretending to service. And in fact, all the controls show that they did not provide the minimal contract services to the vulnerable population. They're paid for. They did not serve that population. So I thank you for your time. Have a good night.
Thank you. Ms. Francina Frias?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Yes, okay. I'm Francina Frias. I'm from the Morris Park Library. I'm here to represent Manny. He had an emergency, but he's also from the Allentown Library. I'd just like to share some upcoming programs and events that we're having at the Morris Park. For the adults, we're having a regular lecture series, partnership with the Bronx County Historical Society. Currently, it's featuring the birth of the Bronx, and it's all the way through June, every Saturday. We also have the BCA Writing Residency, the book club, and also a moving poetry for the month of April. And we're going to be conducting one-on-one computer help for the adults on Wednesdays and Fridays. For our children's, we're having just a regular ongoing program, and also right now we're doing the Trailblazers for April. It's making a jersey with Inspire activity by Jackie Robinson to represent our community, just to make a little craft jersey, and also sessions on inventors and photography. Teens, we have chess lessons, manga workshops, and teen movie night. At the Allentown branch, Manny's going to be having the Teen Tech Mentor Kickoff Party on the 31st for the teen area, and also the Poetry Month workshop. We're also preparing for several upcoming events, including Bronx Week. We're going to be highlighting pioneers of the Bronx throughout our programming, Arthur Talks
30 seconds.
with Robert Degoni in May, and the celebration of the 250th of the United States at the NYPL. I'm going to leave some flyers and calendars for you guys if you guys are interested, and stop by the Morris Park. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Sarah Gomez, Friends of Pelham Parkway.
Good evening. We are here because we do not agree to put SRO building in the community of Pelham Parkway South. In my building, we have 85 apartments, and most of the people that live there, they are seniors and people that work very hard to pay their mortgages and their maintenance, which is very expensive. They also have children that they send their children to the school by themselves because they work. And there is seniors too, that they work very slow, that they sick, and they go in the area and work very slow to chop. That means, that we don't need people with problems mentally and mess up the area, Also, the maintenance and the mortgage very expensive, right? I want to say that if we sell, like me, I was selling, right? I think that they want to decrease the cost of the co-ops, because most of in this area, we have a lot of building co-ops. This is mean that we buy
30 seconds.
And I don't think, let me say this. I don't think that it's a good idea to put that there. I don't think so, because we reject it. We pay a lot of money to keep this community safe and clean. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Ronald Colangelo?
How is everybody? I just want to make the community board realize Jacoby Cab is now not open to the public. They have refused to let the public in. Last month, Well, the month before, me and the CEO went at it again about 1900 Just Homes project. Of course, he started screaming at me, and I just treat him like a big child for screaming. And he said, "Why didn't you come when the mayor was here?" And when I told him, "You didn't tell anybody the mayor was coming because you didn't want 100 protesters out front," stormed out. So I went and talked to this new guy that's on the board, who said a lot of the nurses are concerned walking to their cars after shifts at night. I said, "You think they're concerned now? Wait till the new Just Homes 1900 project opens up. Who's going to be roaming around?" So I went to this month's meeting. There were 3 women at the door, the one guard that's usually there, and a police officer. So when I walk in, the 3 women start screaming at me. "I don't know, you're not a board member, you can't come in." I said, "It's a public hearing. When can you deny the public access to a public hearing? It's only board members from now on. It's only board members from now on." So the guard, like I usually see there, like you see the same guard here all the time, we've chatted over the years. So now, I told her, "Listen, I'm not going to give you a problem," and I told the police officer, "I'm not giving you a problem either." So now these 3 women start screaming. At me. So I go, okay, I gave them the paper that's from their book that says they have to allow people in. Lady took it upstairs. So now the cop looks at me and goes, "My captain says you have to leave." I go, "What do you mean?" "He's watching on the camera." So in other words, they're waiting for me to pop off and then arrest me. So they can say, "See, we had him arrested. He's crazy." So I hope you can call Jacoby and ask them what they're doing, because it's in their bylaws that they are supposed to allow the public in. You're welcome.
Thanks, Ronnie. Debbie?
On a totally different topic of everything else, but a typical topic of mine. I just want to let everybody know, because I know people were online last month and really didn't hear things or what have you, but the Bronx has a blood center. We finally have a blood center in the Bronx, and there is a massive blood shortage. So please go to 815 Hutchinson River Parkway, and please, whether it's blood, platelets, plasma, what have you, help save a life. I finally, after 10 years of fighting for it, finally got it in the Bronx. Please, everybody, save a life, or 3. Thank you.
Thank you. So I held off on questions till the end because there was a lot of overlap with the topic. So does anyone have any questions for any of the speakers in the gallery? Ryan?
Good? Okay. I just had a couple of comments rather than questions about the BRC. So I live around the corner from that. My wife and son use that subway stop every day. SROs, and which this isn't really, but close enough, are heavily protected in the city for a reason. They serve an important role in the city, and we, this community, is a part of the city. I think that that's important to keep in mind. Someone mentioned something about the banks. There are 3 banks. There's the Bank of America on the corner, there's a Capital One before you get to Leidig, and then there's a Chase just on the other side. We have banks. But a lot of the comments seem to focus on what's best for these hypothetical tenants. Now, I've never experienced homelessness, but I believe that myself personally and we as a board should trust the folks who would be choosing to live here to make a decision about what appropriate housing is for them. And, I don't know that much about BRC. I do know that they are an organization that's been around doing this work for 50 years. And they're in a position to receive these funds. People are trusting them with these funds. People are trusting them to do this work. I think that a lot of the concern is maybe misplaced, and I think that we should show a little bit more grace to both the folks who might be living there as well as the people who are doing this work.
Thank you. Anyone else? Lisa? Lisa Villela.
We can't hear.
Is her mic on?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Much better.
Sorry. If this is going to be permanent housing for these individuals, every person should have a kitchen. I'm sorry, I don't think that permanent housing should have a microwave and a joint kitchen for 10 to 20 people to use on a daily basis.
So, they can't hear still.
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, I can't hear Lisa at all.
Yeah, we didn't hear her at all.
Okay, I'm sorry, I wasn't speaking into the microphone.
Can you hear her now? Do a test.
Okay, test.
Is it just her?
No. Can you hear me? Yes. So
Still can't hear at all.
Okay, test. Can you hear me now?
you want to try another mic?
Okay.
Can you hear us now? Can you hear me? Juanita? Pat?
We can hear you. I can hear Cynthia,
Okay.
but I couldn't hear Lisa.
Okay.
I can hear, I can hear.
Can you hear me? It's Lisa.
Try the other one. The other one. The other one.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Much
Can you
better.
hear?
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
Well, basically, I had two concerns. One is that BRC has had audits where they did not do well, they did not fix concerns or problems that were noted, and there are financial questions about certain personal expenses and how they spent their money. It was the Cranes report, which is a reputable source, so I think that really needs to be looked into. And the second concern I have is that if we are going to put these individuals into permanent housing, if we're considering this to be permanent housing, every apartment should have a kitchen. I'm sorry, but I think that if this is going to be someone's home, they should have the ability to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and make themselves eggs or do something in their kitchen and not have to worry about getting dressed appropriately and walking down the hallway to make themselves something in a community kitchen. Someone had mentioned at the leadership meeting the other night that it's kind of like dormitory college level living where they have their apartments and then they all use a communal kitchen. That's fine for college and that's fine for when you're younger, but this is not appropriate for someone who is an adult who is looking to have a home and have permanent housing.
Anyone else? Ryan?
So thanks for the information on the report. I haven't found the initial one. I did find one where that was done about 8 months ago, where they looked at it again and said that they are making good progress. They have implemented most of the recommendations from the initial audit, and they're continuing to work, and they're receiving oversight from the city.
They have,
I don't want to turn this into a back and forth. Like I said, I've never experienced homelessness. I do know that I can think of 3 separate spaces where over the past 5 years I've seen several people living in the park in tents. I also lived in college with shared rooms and shared kitchens, and I think that is, I've gone camping, but I don't want to do that for my entire life. I don't want to do that for years at a time. And again, I think that regardless of whatever our personal opinions are, we need to trust the folks who will be living there to make a decision about what is appropriate. If it's not appropriate for them, then they won't choose it. These are people with initiative and thoughts and the ability to direct their own lives, and we should give them the chance to do that.
So I'm going to chime in here from a procedural, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. No. Gallery session is done. Roxanne, you cannot disrupt the meeting. I have to come to you all from a procedural standpoint. And here's what I will say. The Housing Committee had BRC about a week ago at their meeting. It was an informational meeting. I know Alex was there. A few board members were online. And the purpose of the meeting was information. BRC came to us to tell us about the program, give us updates, their vision, their plans for the site. People were allowed the opportunity to ask their questions. Many of those folks are here tonight. I think that Rich did an excellent job in facilitating that meeting. Everyone's questions were heard and answered. Whether or not we were happy with the answer is neither here nor there, but we did hear them out. The important thing to bear in mind is that BRC came to us, I think, in good faith, in the sense that BRC did not have to come to us at all to give us any information on this project. They own this property. It is theirs. They are not coming to us with a ULURP application. There is no rezoning. Technically, we have no formal role in this project. BRC is trying to engage with us in order to get the community to come to the table and gather feedback and input from the community. What the outcome of that will be, I don't know. But the point is that I feel that they're coming to us in good faith, and I don't want to be deceptive and misleading to the community by saying, we're going to write a letter with our recommendation that these people don't get. I don't think it's our place. But ultimately, I am here to do what people and us, we all decide on collectively. So that's all I have to say on that matter. Are there any other questions or comments?
I have a question, a comment, really a comment.
Is that Patrizia?
Yeah.
Shoot, go ahead.
I'm sorry, there's a lot of traffic going on around here, but we are community board members, and even though we don't have, like what you were saying, it's a private project and everything like that, we are serving the community. So at least we should hear the community and still send a letter of how people feel, because a lot of people are upset about this, very upset. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay. No. Anyone else? Alex.
Hello, can you hear me? Am I on?
Do the folks online hear Alex? Excellent.
Yes.
Yes.
I just kind of want to back up what Patricia is saying. I think we're hearing from a lot of community members tonight that they would like us as a community board to take a position on this. So I think that's something as board members we should start to talk about. So that's something that I would like to pursue. Anybody on the board or any community members who would like to discuss that with me about how we could, take some kind of advocacy on this issue and what that might be, feel free to reach out to me.
Okay. Rabbi. Last question, comment, Rabbi.
The last question on this topic.
This is not for or opposed, just a question, and I didn't listen to the BRC presentation. Has anybody thought of what that's going to do to parking and traffic in that area? I'm just saying that area, that one block from White Plains Road to Boston Road is a mess as it is now. If you're going to take away, put a few no parking any times, and if you're going to have visitors, so on and so forth, has anybody anywhere thought about that? Thank you. That's my question.
Okay. Thank you, Rabbi. All right. With that said, gallery session is now closed. We will move on to the elected officials. Starting with the Bronx Borough President's Office. You should be able to unmute, Kira. That's Nicole, right? Nicole, we'll circle back to you, Kira. Nicole, can you hear me? You should be able to unmute.
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Excellent. Go ahead.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. My name is Nicole Aguila, and I'm from the Council Member's Office of Oswald Feliz. I do have a few updates. We have 2 events coming up. One of them is with the Public Utility Law Project, which is an organization that offers free assistance with any complex Con Edison bill issues. It could be about shut-off notices or anything abnormally happening with your Con Ed bill. They will be at our office on Wednesday, April 15th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And if you or anyone in the community is interested in signing up for this event, you can call me at 718-842-8100. So that way you can schedule an appointment to see one of the PULP representatives. We also have a Feliz Community Day event at the Bronx Zoo on Friday, April 24th from 12 to 2. And there will be free activities with children. And I'm sorry, my child's in the background.
Go on. Are you done, Nicole?
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, she's excited as well.
Okay.
So we also have the Bronx Family Community Day event on Friday, April 24th from 12 to 2. And that will be at the Bronx Zoo at 2300 Southern Boulevard. And if you're also interested in signing up for that event, you can also call me at 718-840-8100.
30 seconds.
And our office is located at 573 East Fordham Road in the Bronx. And I can stay over after the meeting if anybody's interested in receiving more information for housing legal services, immigration services, and any other services that we can be of use for you. We'll be here to help. Thank you and have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you. Circling back to Kira.
Hi, everyone.
Are you there?
Good evening. Yes. can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. My name is Kira. I'm the Director of Community Boards. I'll be really brief. Happy Women's History Month. I'm sorry, I'm freezing here. I just want to announce, one, we have concluded our application period for this year. We received about 500 applications, which is fantastic. We are going to be doing some interviews, so we'll be reaching out, if not tomorrow, next Monday, setting up interviews with current members up for reappointment, and then we'll eventually get to members who are applying to be newly appointed. We go through that process each year, and Community Board 11 has over 40 applicants, so we're really pleased with that. So thank you for partnering with us and sharing information on the application. We saw another fatal fire this morning in our area, and I just want to remind everyone that we are offering fire safety trainings with FDNY, whether it's the community board, your church, your senior center, your community center, your building. Please reach out and set this up. It's a wonderful training if you haven't been to one already. We can also help coordinate smoke and carbon monoxide alarms in your apartment or in your house. I've taken up the Red
30
Cross on
seconds.
that offer, and I think it's important that we work with our neighbors, especially our seniors, on getting that done. I don't have anything else to report. I'll share any flyers with you guys to distribute. Thank you.
I forgot to ask if anyone had questions for Councilmember Feliz's office, but does anybody have any questions for the Borough President's office? Yes, one.
Hi, Kiara. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, Kiara. Do you know if the borough president has a position on that BRC issue that has been discussed throughout the meeting?
Yeah, I don't have information on this exact proposal, but in the past, the borough president has not really been supportive of SRO style living. We are, collecting information. I was at the housing meeting last week, and I shared updates with the borough president, so I can get more information. But in the past, she has not been supportive of that kind of housing.
Thank you.
Councilmember Aldabal's office?
Sorry, is it possible
Oh,
for me to
sorry.
ask the same
One
question
second.
of Councilmember Felice's office?
Nicole, it might be kind of border, no? It might, oh, right, it's not in his district. We can ask Councilmember Aldabal's office, if he knows. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Clyde Plasari. I'm the Constituent Service Liaison for the Honorable City Council Member Shirley Aldabol. I'd like to introduce one of our new team members, Marco Luna. Marco joined our team this week and handles some constituent casework, but will mainly be our office's legislative coordinator. He will be one of the main points of contact, or any contact for that matter, of any legislative ideas or concerns you would like to raise to our office. I want to share that starting this month, our office has great news, has partnered with VFV and City Council of Alone Veterans Initiative to bring a highly trained U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs accredited service officer or Veterans Benefit Advisor to our office every single month. The Veteran Service Officer will be in our office every third Friday of the month. This month, they came on March 20th, and next month will be on April 17th. Please call our office to set up an appointment, or you could always walk in to say hello and speak to the veteran that's on board. I have brought flyers with us tonight in case anyone is interested, or in case you may know someone who may be interested in regards to the Veteran Affairs. It's right by that desk. You may qualify also for a discount on your monthly bill. For those of you who don't know, Con Edison has an energy affordability program, and if you receive some kind of government assistance program, you could qualify. Next month, our office will also be starting up weekly immigration services in partnership with CUNY Citizenship Now. They will be helping people navigate immigration services and application for citizenship. The first date will be in our district office and will be Monday, April 20th. Our office works regularly with Department of Sanitation to maintain clean streets. As you know, the streets are cleaner than a lot has ever been. And on behalf of City Council Member Aldable, I'd like to thank you all for taking the time to be here and to dedicate yourself to our neighborhood.
Sorry, can you hear me now? No?
Go ahead.
All right. Do you know the council member's position on the BRC issue that has been discussed throughout the night?
Very good question. I don't want to give an official answer in regards to Councilmember Aldabol. I do want to say that if I'm given the opportunity, I'd like to address this with the team and perhaps even with Councilmember Aldabol herself in regards to providing an official answer, but I cannot provide any answer as of yet.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, Councilmember Riley's office?
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Kevon Bolt. Cut my hair, as some of the people on the board recognized. I just want to start with our legislative update. The council members' bus lane bill has been passed. It's now sitting on the mayor's desk to be signed. This bill will for signage for each block that has a bus lane, also with the time that it's in effect. We're waiting on the mayor to pass that, and then that will be in full effect. In terms of events that we have this month and next month, we have our Women's History Month celebration. That will be taking place March 31st, starting at 6 p.m. at the Northeast Bronx YMCA. The address for that is 1250 East 229th Street, and RSVP is required for that. We also have our Easter extravaganza coming up. That will be taking place Saturday, April 4th from 12 to 3, and that will be at Eastchester Heights Courtyard. The address for that is 3471 Fenton Avenue. We'll be having kite giveaways, bikes, food, face painting, music, DJ, all that good stuff. We will also be having our housing resource fair Thursday, April 9th. That will be taking place at the Community Board 12 office, 4101 White Plains Road. We're also kicking off our summer community cleanup. This one will be taking place on April 11th, starting at 10, and we'll be meeting at White Plains Road and Gun Hill Road, right under the train station. And we also have our community conversation this next month, which will be around the topic of transportation, and that will be taking place April 21st. I'm sorry. Any questions? I'm not.
Right.
No. Yeah.
I figured.
Thank you, guys.
Debbie?
The community conversation, what's the location?
The location for that will be 2350 Palmer Avenue. That is the Quad City UMC building.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Rabbi?
The bus lane, excuse me, what did you say about the bus lanes? Didn't understand.
For the bus lane, it's a bill that the council member has been working on. It's supposed to be in effect once the mayor signs it. It's now on his desk waiting. So with this bill, it's pretty much more signage. It's pretty much more signage for each block that has a bus lane. There will be a sign saying that this is a bus lane and the hours that it's in effect.
So we have that on Pelham Park right now, don't we have it already?
Yeah, but there's other places with bus lanes that don't have it, so it's supposed to be enacted throughout like the city.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Debbie?
On the matter of the bus lane, when they do the new signage, is it also going to properly say that you can use that lane to make a right turn? Because like an example, it's written in microscopic that you can make a right turn from the lane on Pelham Parkway, but I'm constantly being cut off by cars making it from the lane over because they don't realize they can go in that lane to make the turn. They're just cutting in front of buses. So is it going to also say right turns allowed and in a proper size font that's legible from a car?
I don't have that answer specifically. I think it definitely should. We're going to communicate with DOT, and I'll get back to you and the board with that answer for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was the last question.
All right, thank you, guys.
Is anyone present from the mayor's office? Controller's office? Public advocate's office? Oh, no, that's another Gina. No? NYC Eves. I think, yes, I think. Oh. You got it? NYC Eves, you can speak.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Yves Phileas. I am the Bronx Borough Director for New York City Comptroller Mark Levine. I want to introduce myself. So I'm representing all 12 community boards and wanted to send greetings from the Comptroller who put out his report earlier this year that stated that the city had a $12 billion deficit, which now has been closed around to $7 billion. So we're trying to work on, working with the mayor and other agencies to receive funding. So I will be coming hopefully next month, see you in person to be giving out my business card. So just wanted to say hello.
Do we have any questions? Would you, do you have an email that you can, oh, sorry, what?
Yes, I have an email. My email is yfilius, which is FILIUS @comptroller.nyc.gov.
And it's Eves Phileas,
That is correct.
YVES?
Yes.
Okay. Juan?
Sure. Sir, do you know the controller's position on SRO buildings?
I do not have a statement for the comptroller, but I will definitely be responding back next month in regards to that. So I will be answering that question. So
Are we taking notes? All right. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay. No one from the Public Advocate's Office? Bronx District Attorney's Office? Representative Ocasio-Cortez? Let me know if you see a hand. Representative Torres? Senator Bailey? Senator Fernandez? Senator Rivera? There we go.
Good evening, Community Board 11. It's nice to see everyone in person and well tonight. My name is Jasmine Torreblanca. I'm here from the office of Senator Gustavo Rivera. In these past few months, aside from hosting events and assisting constituents, we've also been ramping up the work with ensuring that small business owners in our district are aware of their rights. When we began our small business outreach in November, I don't think we knew what we were getting ourselves into. But since then, our office has put together a dedicated team to conduct Know Your Rights small business outreach across the district. This team engages with local businesses, community organizations to share essential rights information, distribute materials, and provide signage that helps our neighborhoods stay informed and protected. I don't have the count at the moment, but we've reached a few hundred so far. If you're interested in receiving Know Your Rights palm cards for yourself or to distribute, please reach our office or stop by our office hours. I left some in the front if you're curious to see what they're like. But yeah, we no longer have the form open online. And in addition to ensuring that the small businesses owners, and community members in the area are taken care of, our office primary focus is to assist constituents with housing and immigration issues they may be facing. Each month, our office partners with NIMIC, the Northern Manhattan Improvement Corporation, who help provide guidance and assistance to families. Please call our office to schedule an appointment at 718-933-2034. You can stop by as well at 2432 Grand Concourse, Suite 506, Bronx, New York, 10458. Thank you.
Do we have any questions for Senator Rivera's office?
Do you know what Senator Rivera's position is on SRO?
I do not, but what's your name?
Luciano.
Juan Luciano, I'll get back to you on that.
Can you get back to the whole board on it?
I will, next
All right.
month.
Just for the recording.
Sure. The question was the senator's position on SRO buildings.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Do we have anyone from Assemblymember Alvarez's office? Anyone from Assemblymember Benedetto's office? Assemblymember Histi's office? Assemblymember Reyes's office? I see Evan is online. Assemblymember Zaccaro's office. Evan.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you. To all who celebrate the upcoming holidays, Easter and Passover, we wish you a very happy Easter and a happy Passover. A couple of updates here while the Assembly member is up in Albany. Passing the assembly is A6029. This would increase awareness and outreach efforts for those that may be eligible for home visiting services. Home visiting services provide personalized support to expectant parents and families with young children, offering parenting, coaching, resource connections, and tailored services in home or other accessible locations. A new bill was introduced, not yet numbered yet, but will prevent property owners with outstanding immediate hazardous housing violations from acquiring additional residential property until those violations are corrected. The goal is to ensure landlords maintain safe and healthy housing conditions for tenants before expanding their real estate holdings. So in the community, the Assembly members' annual Easter egg hunt will be taking place once again. We're teaming up with the 49th Precinct, and our very own Debbie will be the Easter Bunny. This will take place this Saturday from 11 to 2 on the Pelham Parkway Greenway across from Peace Plaza. And if you missed that one, there'll be another one I don't have the exact location, but it's with the White Plains Road bid. And that one will be on April 4th, which is also a Saturday. As for many of you saw, I believe it was about a week ago, the Key Food assault. The Assembly member has been in contact with
30 seconds.
NYPD 49th Precinct regarding the assault that took place at the Key Food Market. He would like to remind everybody that the Assembly member recently secured $1 million in funding to install NYPD cameras throughout the district, in addition to an extra $1 million, which was allocated for purchase of new patrol vehicles. Thank you very much, and I'll take any questions if you have them.
Juan? Evan, can you hear Juan?
Evan?
I can't, but yes.
Hi, so the question is, what is the Assemblyman's position on the SRO building that is going to be built in the Apple Bank site?
Yes, so the Assembly member has had, about, I believe, 2 or 3 conversations with BRC. We continue to engage with BRC and with the community, or listening to the community. As far as SRO buildings in general, I have not talked to him about that, but we will continue to have those conversations with BRC so that we can continue to speak on what the community wants in that building. I can't hear you.
Sure.
So what has been the substance and what kind of communication has the Assembly member have with BRC?
Sure. So the 2 conversations that I was on with him, Zoom conversations, we basically, the Assembly member wanted to, hear the initial proposal of what was going in there. The second conversation was after BRC canceled their attendance at the Pelham Parkway Neighborhood Association meeting. He wanted to convey to them that is not a way to engage our community, that BRC needs to be a good neighbor to our community, and to express his feelings in regards to what he's been hearing around the community, as well as get some questions answered, mostly focused on the size of the units, how many units, and security that will be on site, as well as any other services that will be on site.
Good.
No.
One more?
Yeah, so has BRC provided any assurance to any concerns that the Assemblyman has put forth from the community?
So in terms of assurances, he's mostly focused on the communication with the community, because we're so far out from this process, even the site being torn down, or even building or opening. So he continues to engage with BRC on those issues. I'll have to get a further readout from him on any specific questions that may have been asked.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay, thank you. And that concludes our discussion with the elected officials. Moving on to the chair's report. Discussion of motions on the agenda is limited to at most 4 questions or comments by board members. It is that time of year where elections are slowly creeping upon us. So I have spoken to one board member regarding a nominating committee, and Joanne agreed to be on our nominating committee. I believe that Jeremy spoke with Herbert, and Herbert agreed to be on the nominating committee. So I am asking for one more volunteer from the board. Who would be willing? Debbie? Okay. So we have our nominating committee. And then, Jeremy, do you want to go over what offices are up for reelection? Just FYI?
I'd rather do it next month because that's their job, and I'll go over it with them, and then so they're ready for the next meeting.
Fair enough. Okay. Annual Juneteenth event. It's time to start discussing, are we going to do another Juneteenth event? If we do another Juneteenth event, where are we going to do it? I don't think Brady Court will be available again this year. So, yeah, I don't even want to, like, propose it, move it, motion for a vote or anything like that, because I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even have a date in mind, but we'll discuss further next month. But, Juneteenth, this would be our 4th annual. Last year's was the biggest yet. It was an amazing event. And so I did reach out to Councilmember Riley's office, and some other folks have had discussions with me about maybe doing something in conjunction with the 250th anniversary. So TBD, as Jeremy says. All right. Treasurer's report.
Hi, I'm waiting for some information. One of my contacts is out of the office until next week, so as soon as I get that information, I will get the treasurer's report out to the office, and they will disseminate it to the board members. And as some of you know, if not all of you know, I have decided not to apply for reappointment to the board. I've been honored to be a board member from 2016. I've met a lot of people, some that are still here. I consider them friends. But it's time for me to start spending a little more time with my family. My parents are getting up there, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to spend more time with them. So I appreciate everyone who's helped me throughout the years, everyone who's come to me for guidance. I will still be around. I am just a phone call away. If anyone needs anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You'll still see me around. But as of March 31st, I will no longer be a board member. Thank you.
So the one thing I will say is that, Veronica and I come from kind of very different, maybe political ideas, leanings, whatever. And in this board, which for a long time was very divided, it might still be to some extent, but considering the time that I came on, the things that were going on the board, that didn't keep Veronica from extending a hand to me when I was elected as the chair. Veronica has been nothing but gracious and professional and kind and just very generous to me, and I deeply appreciate it. I'm really sad, believe it or not, that you decided, but I get it. I totally get it. Sometimes you have to say, I have to focus on other things. So I fully support you in that. And I appreciate the fact that you called me and you still, even though as of, April 1st, this is it, you were still like, anything you need, feel free to call me. I'm here for you, etc. And to me, that is like pure grace and prophet. That's like class act right there. So that's all I want to say. Yeah.
Thank you.
Secretary's report.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Veronica, for everything you've done serving our community, and you will be missed. I hope everybody took some time to look over January and February's minutes. Hopefully. Thank you. So I'd like to make a motion to accept both January and February 2026 minutes. Any discussion on them? Second. Oh, sorry. Wait, who's second? I'm so sorry. Cynthia? Okay, let me just write that down. Any discussion? Any objections? Any abstentions? Okay, motion carries. Thank you so much. That was easy.
So, my report. All right, so we have a new intern. Some of you may have heard. I think when Debbie called, he picked up the phone. Monday was his first day. Joshua, he actually prefers Alvarez versus Nunez for his last name. So I don't know if that's on, I think we published his name already on the website. But Monday was his first day. He was supposed to do Wednesday, but there was some training thing he has to do. So Monday again, we'll have him draft a introductory email to send out to the board. And then we will be more likely getting another intern. District Service Cabinet meeting minutes from March were published, and the previous minutes were finalized. I ran that through the cabinet. And then I did get a question early on in the meeting about term limits. Just so everybody's clear, term limits don't begin until next year. That's what's online on our website is when your current term expires. So even though your current term expires, if you were sent a renewal application this year and you get reappointed, you're good for till 2028. The people who were up last year, next year who reapplied last year and got accepted. As long as you're appointed to a 2-year term, you're up next year. So the borough president does do 1-year terms, by the way. So anyway, and then two other things. I would just say on a positive note, Veronica, where do we begin? We're nowhere we're ending, but where do we begin? God rest Silvio's soul, but I'm sure he would be satisfied with how you did as treasurer. He's the only other treasurer I've known. I don't know if he agreed with me that you were better than him. Yes. Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but hey, we think that, obviously. So that's all I want to say. Thank you, Veronica, for your years of service and putting up with a lot. You don't know how many phone calls Veronica has received, whether it's from me or the rest of the staff, let alone Cynthia and everybody else. So just one other reminder, too. We're here as guests, so when you leave tonight, please clean up after yourself. Quite often, I will do it because I don't like the perception that we're leaving a mess for other people to clean up. So please, when you leave, don't leave your garbage behind. So I know there was no napkins. Somebody made a mess over there earlier. If you make a mess, let us know. We'll go to the bathroom and get stuff. Also, remember, if you're taking cookies, please use the tongs. Don't use your bare hands, especially if you're not going to take the cookie. All right? Unless there's anything else, we can save chit-chat for after the meeting.
All right, now on to committee reports. Leadership. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Firstly, I'd like to begin by saying, Veronica, I thank you. You were nothing short of a gracious professional throughout my time here on the board, and I want to show my gratitude. Thanks again. We did, in fact, have a meeting this month, meaning the Economic Development and Public Safety Committee. However, we did not have a quorum. And so I'm before you tonight because I'd like to move a motion of no objection let me back up a little bit. For Astor Bar and Grill LLC, we did receive a renewal application, and we did in fact get positive feedback from the 49th precinct. As such, I'd like to move a motion that a letter of no objection for the on-premise renewal alcohol beverage license for Astor Bar and Grill LLC be forwarded to the State Liquor Authority. Say again?
No second needed.
Oh, second needed. Okay, so I don't need.
So just for the recording, Veronica was just pointing out that because it passed in leadership, you don't need a second here at the full board. It's just, we made the motion and just call the vote.
So I can go through the motion, right? Yep. Okay, so, okay, discussion. Any discussion? If no discussion, then any objections? Any abstentions? Motion passes unanimously. I move on to the second location, which is, oh, I forgot what SC meant. Shaken Crab, White Plains LLC. We did receive the application, the renewal application, but there were some concerns from the 49th precinct. They had a few incidents that occurred, and because of those reasons, I would like to move a motion that a letter of objection for the on-premise renewal alcohol beverage license for SC White Plains LLC be forwarded to the State Liquor Authority. Discussion. Any objections? Any abstentions? Motion passes unanimously. In regards to the cannabis retail license for 1402 Blondale Avenue, I move to withdraw this letter of objection that was previously forwarded because the applicant also withdrew their application for retail license. All right, I don't need a motion.
So this is put forth in leadership. Is anybody from the leadership committee objecting to withdrawing this? State OCM, the State Office of Cannabis Management, I put them on notice. They're aware that this is the current status, so it is definite.
All right, so that concludes my report under leadership.
So just for the record, nobody from the leadership committee is objecting to withdrawing that motion, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bylaws?
Good. All right. The Bylaws and Ethics Committee did not have a quorum, but we do still have a couple of proposed bylaw amendments. As far as I know, we should be allowed to vote on them, but we will need a second from the floor here. They were considered by the Bylaws Committee and presented to the board, so unless anyone can tell me that I'm wrong, looking at you, David, we should be able to, in this instance. Okay, so I'd like to vote on all four of these amendments together. They're all fairly simple. The first three are updates to the Code of Conduct after a review by the City Law Department. They made some changes largely based on First Amendment concerns. So the first one, you can see that what we're removing is struck out and what we're adding in its place is underlined, engaging in acts of violence, and we're removing the parenthetical including threats and adding or true threats expressing a serious intent to commit violence are grounds for immediate suspension of the right to attend meetings. The second one, we're going to remove disseminating false information is prohibited. That's a First Amendment thing. You're allowed to lie. And the last one, we're going to remove refrain from unpleasant or disparaging remarks or other actions. That's too subjective, and again, you're allowed to say mean things. In addition, they had some notes on the removal process. In their mind, it seemed like officers of the board were subject to a separate and more stringent removal process from the board than regular members, and they felt that was unfair. The intent in the bylaws is that they would be removed from their elected position, so they recommended that we add that language in. Does anyone object to voting on these as a package, all four of them at once? Naomi would like to vote on them separately, so we'll start with the, well, I guess, getting ahead of myself, discussion.
Yes, Juan.
Tell you who would be the person that would determine what a true threat was as opposed to, say, a false one or, medium threat? No? Okay. So how are we enforcing that if we don't know what a true threat is?
Great question. They did not have any guidance on that, and something that was brought up in a separate discussion is that we don't really have much power to enforce it. This one says grounds for immediate suspension of the right to attend meetings. The only way that we could realistically do that would be to suspend the meeting, call 911 presumably, have someone come and have them be removed. And that is, if it gets to that point, they could certainly sue us on First Amendment grounds, and we would see where that ended up, but it's still squishy. I wouldn't expect Harry to, Sergeant of Arms, anyone. We're not going to get up and physically remove someone from a meeting. That's putting everyone in danger. It's not an appropriate thing to do. So there's not a lot we can do, but it's more cleaning up the language.
Got it.
Debbie, you had a question?
Yeah, my question basically also was really what is a true threat? So why are we changing it to those words if we don't even fully have a definition of what a true threat is?
My understanding is that that is based on First Amendment jurisprudence. I'm not a lawyer, not a constitutional lawyer. I can't define it. I don't know exactly what it means, but my understanding is that those are the words you're supposed to use.
I don't know why it just can't be left as the other way, but.
Okay. Anyone else? All right, Ryan?
All right, I make a motion to make the amendment A, removing including threats and adding or true threats expressing a serious intent to commit violence. Do I have a second? Dwayne seconds. Any opposed? Debbie opposed. Any abstain? Motion carries. Is there any discussion on the removal of disseminating false information? Joanne?
Those words are on our conduct statement, so I guess those would have to be removed. Right. That's it.
Anyone else? All right, I make a motion to remove the clause that disseminating false information is prohibited from the conduct statement. Do I have a second?
Cynthia. Say for the record.
Who said? Cynthia. Sure. I saw a few hands. Any abstentions? Any opposed? Naomi opposed? Anyone else? Motion carries. Moving on to the next one, to remove refrain from unpleasant or disparaging remarks and other actions. Is there any discussion on this point? I see none, so I move to strike refrain from unpleasant or disparaging remarks and other actions from our bylaws code of conduct. Do I have a second? Sandy? Any objections? Abstentions? Passes unanimously. All right, and then the final one is the update to the removal process, where we are adding the clarification from their elected position. So it will now read, an officer may be removed from their elected position for cause by a majority of the appointed members of the board. Any discussion on this point? Seeing none, I make a motion to amend this clause as written. Do I have a second? Sandy? Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously, and that's it for, well, I will just put forward, there is another amendment that's on the table for next month about an attendance policy. So if you want to talk about that, come to our next meeting. We'll be looking for input on that and getting the precise wording down. So that's it for bylaws and ethics.
Thank you, Ryan. Dwayne? Economic Development and Public Safety.
Yes. I'd like to begin by firstly thanking Richard Velez from the FDNY Community Affairs. Unfortunately, he lost his mother earlier this month, but he was just strong enough to volunteer firefighter Blitzer, who attended our meeting and gave a very informative and educational presentation to all present. Note that our district experienced a huge increase in fires recently, and this was right on time in terms of educating our community at large. Thank you.
I was on for that meeting. That was a good presentation. And I think Kira also mentioned fire safety presentations. One thing I didn't know, which I learned when I was listening to the firefighter, was that the whole like coming to your house to see, so important, because I actually did not know where certain placements are supposed to be. So yeah, if people can take advantage of that, I would definitely say do it.
Yes, and if I could add, that presentation was well done. I do recommend that anyone who wasn't able to attend to go back and review the video. He does share and speak upon the opportunity for the fire department to come out and actually provide the devices and lay out the devices within your house so they could optimize your safety. So thank you for bringing that up, Chair.
Education, Culture, and Youth Services, Alex?
The committee met, reviewed the applications for the Yankee Youth Leadership Award. We got 8 applications from young people who either live in our district or are volunteering within the district. The applications were very impressive. It was very difficult to select, to pick out 5 of them, but we were able to manage. The awardees and who their names will be forwarded to the Yankees, who will give them the award, are listed in the agenda. It's Lean Abdullah, a student at the Collegiate Institute for Math and Science; David Angeles, who was nominated by Bronx Park East Community Association; Maria Jose Franco Lechuga, nominated by Friends of Pelham Parkway; Jada Shelley from Collegiate Institute for Math and Science; and Peter Tang from the Collegiate Institute for Math and Science. And I just want to thank these different organizations for sending these nominations. Without these organizations' participation, we wouldn't be able to honor these outstanding young people within our district. So thank you very much for doing that. And anyone in attendance who's part of any civic associations, I encourage you to forward us nominees next year, because I do think it is a special thing that we get to do to celebrate these young people in our community doing really special things. We don't need to, my understanding is we don't need to vote on these applications tonight, because it's the committee who selects the awardees, and that gets forwarded to the Yankees, so there won't need to be a motion. And then the other thing that we did at our committee meeting, we had a presentation from the Bronx Zoo telling us about some of the programs and different opportunities that are available at the Bronx Zoo. They do a lot of work with young people, doing internships and helping them to prepare for careers. Just something to think about if you know some young people looking for opportunities. It sounds like there's they're really excited to, prepare students for careers in a lot of different fields. And then they also spoke to us about hosting members of the community board for a behind-the-scenes tour of the Bronx Zoo, which I think would be a lot of fun. They said they could do something either in April or May. It would be during a weekday in the morning, but they wanted us to just forward, the number of people who are interested in attending and, give them some dates for when we could come. I think the plan is at this meeting today, maybe I think see a show of hands for who would be interested in doing something like that, and then we'll send an email out, with some dates, and people, who are interested can give feedback about what dates to do. So I don't know. I know some people are online. If we want to just do we want to do a show of hands in person first, and then we can do the show of hands online? And then, Jeremy, I don't have a computer, would you be able to write
Yeah,
down?
let's just do it for the record. So we got Sandy. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to answer your question? You want to take her question first?
Sure, let's do questions first, then we could do a show of hands. Yep, Lisa.
Is there any possibility that they can do the tour after work hours? Because I don't know about everybody else, but I wouldn't be able to come on a weekday in the morning.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe-
that was what was told to us, was
Okay.
what they could do. I could reach out again and just kind of
Okay.
see if there's any flexibility there.
Yeah, my feeling is you might get more
Yeah.
individuals if we can do it after work hours.
Yeah, I mean, if it was like a weekend or after work, it would definitely make it more available to people. I don't know, I mean, I guess we could just see who's interested, and if you're not able to come because they're not flexible on that, then you could just withdraw. But I could definitely ask, because that's, yeah.
And would board members be able to bring family members or just board members?
I think it's just board members, but I'll clarify. I'll reach out about both those things. Any other questions or any other things people want me to reach out to the Bronx Zoo about?
So they said it was during the day only. But when we go through who's interested, if you're nighttime only, let's keep a separate list so we can see, maybe they could do something at night. Well, I mean, she means like what, 5 o'clock or something, right? Yeah.
Well, let's do a show of hands, period, who's interested, and then once we get a better sense in terms of timing, then if it doesn't work for you, you just fall back,
All right, so we got Joanne, Sandy, Debbie, Jackie, Dwayne, Juan, Harry, Cynthia, myself, Alex, Ryan, Janice, Rabbi, Chris or Harriet? No? No. Just checking.
And anyone online?
Yeah, Lisa Soto. Hold on.
She used to work with us.
Yeah, let's see. Juanita. I see Juanita and I see Lisa Soto. Anyone else? That's it.
Okay, so I'll follow up, and I can ask them about if there's any flexibility on those issues, and then I guess I'll send an email out to everyone with some dates, and we'll pick a time to go.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we got a large number, and that's why they want to do it. They told me also nobody else, just board members, probably because they were expecting a large number, and that is a larger number than I was maybe expecting myself. But can you also say something about the little hiccup we had in terms of what we have to provide the Yankees with, so everybody's aware? It's not just the birth date and the Social Security number, right? That's what it is? No, it's phone numbers, contact info.
Yeah, some of the
Contact info, birth
applications
date.
were missing some information that Yankees require, which was date of birth, I think contact information and address, or some combination of those. So I reached out to the organizations, BPECA's applicant did not have that problem. It was a complete application. Friends of Pelham Parkway got back to us, so we have all of that. We're just waiting on Sims. So, but they're in the process of doing that. They know the deadline, so I expect to get that information soon.
Okay. Community development and budget priorities. Stacy's online. Stacy, can you unmute?
Good evening, everyone. Are you guys hearing me?
Yes.
So last night we did our community budget meeting where we discussed FY 2027 budget register for the community board capital and expense priority and requests. We discussed what we sent to the agency and what the agency response were. From going over it, I noticed most of them they did not support. So moving forward, myself and Dwayne was thinking of bringing in the agency, like to get some feedback to see why or why not. And that was basically it. It was a good meeting. And I wanted to add a comment about the Juneteenth, Cynthia. Last year, we were offered many places. I'm not sure if you were aware, but I don't know how much I'll put into it this year.
Okay, let's have a conversation. And yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not
Okay.
really sure with this year, but I just wanted to put that out there. But thank you guys. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Health and Social Services.
Good evening, everyone. We had someone, Natasha, from the Blood Center. She was all excited about the grand opening. I have a lot of information left on the tables about donating blood, the Blood Center, etc. And we also had medical students from Einstein who spoke about their lung cancer initiative. And what they are looking for are people who may not even realize that they have lung cancer or could be getting lung cancer, and they have the parameters, etc. And if you look at the YouTube video, you will see what the parameters are to see if you would be able to be part of that program and be screened. I also want to say that this coming month, we have someone from the veterans representing the veterans, and she will talk about what services are available, how you can get them, etc. So I think that is very, very important for our people who are veterans and if they need help, etc. And the month later, in May, I am having someone who will discuss, I know you don't like the topic, but colorectal testing, etc. He's a great speaker, to the point, able to understand, and I would hope that, everyone would either listen to it or come into the office and be there to support. Oh, well, I asked him if he's coming to the health fair. He's getting back to me on that, but yeah.
Thanks, Sandy. Housing and Land Use, Juanita.
Good evening, everyone. We had our meeting last week. We didn't have quorum. I submitted January meeting notes, so I'm not sure if that was reviewed. We also sent the letter to the elected officials for 1862 Wallace Avenue. There's still, mostly everyone is still displaced. So we did send a letter to the elected officials. I guess we're just waiting for some responses. And then we did have BRC, main topic of the evening. Kyle came to present, and he also presented in January as well. If anyone has any more questions that they want to ask Kyle or BRC, please email the board, and we'll pass the information along.
Anything else? Any questions? All right. Parks, Recreation, Sanitation, and Environmental Protection. Janice or Debbie?
Me. Hi, yeah, we had the meeting on March 11th. As you see, our name is way too long. So we had proposed, and within our committee, we proposed and came up with the name just of Parks, Sanitation, and Environment. So I'd like to put a motion here before the board to shorten the name to Parks, Sanitation, Environment. Do I get a second?
So, hold on. So you want to request that go on the agenda for a bylaw amendment for next month?
Okay.
Right, because, so it will be on the record, it'll be in writing here, as long as you, yeah, I guess you approve it, but has to go on under her report on the agenda next. Well, actually, no. I think she could just announce it tonight, couldn't she? But,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe it has to be, I'll look real quick, but go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
And the second thing was the Eastgate ribbon cutting for the Botanical Garden area. I was not able to make that, so I hope that all went well with the ribbon cutting.
So I am right. It has to go and be in writing first before she's allowed to bring it before. So if you want to make it so she can bring it up next month.
I got to email it to you?
Yeah, I mean, you can do that too, but yeah, whatever. If you want, well, you already said the name. Okay, sorry. All right. So yeah, an email.
Debbie, you have transportation on also? Or is that, oh no, that was indented like a different, I'm sorry. Thank you, Debbie. Rabbi, transportation.
Okay, good evening, everybody, and happy Passover and happy Easter to all. Okay, so what we've done is the following. After months of frustration and questions and issues, we have sent a list of questions to the new interim DOT Manager Director, Ms. Cruz. Is that correct, Mr. Jeremy Cruz? Ms. Cruz, and she has not responded. We have invited her to our April meeting, which I believe is the 21st, and if she doesn't respond, I guess we'll have to send out another email to her why she did not respond. Then all those questions that I've spoken about the last few months, or last 6 months, hopefully will get answered. I encourage you, if you have any other questions, please forward to Mr. Chris, and Chris, again, will forward it to the list, which my co-members on the committee, including Hazel, Lisa, and Debbie, have written, and we will put her on the hot seat. Next item is I wrote a traffic living eulogy to Veronica Castro. A living eulogy. Listen carefully, because rabbis usually give dead eulogies. Okay, Veronica, you've always been a highway to solutions. You've never detoured. You've never put up a stop sign, and you've never yielded. You never created a traffic jam. And my hope to you, and it's probably with the rest of the board also, is for the rest of your life, you and your family should only have green lights. Thank you. I worked on that, Veronica, for at least 2 hours over here, but I got it.
Thank you, Rabbi. That was awesome. Any old business? Any new business? Next month's meeting still to be determined. Any new business? All right. If Naomi?
Something. Hello, about Veronica. Sorry, I guess this is going to be a Veronica comment meeting. But I wanted to just say that your work on the board has been inspiring. You show up, you show out, you show up for your community, and I think that's important to highlight. And it's what everyone should be doing, so that they can make the best changes for their community and uplift their community. So you're inspiring, and I hope that you're a hard act to follow. So I hope that people not only miss you, but also resonate with your commitment to your community. Thank you.
Like I said, everyone, I'm just a phone call away, so. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate all the very great words that you've said about me, and I am humbled by them. But please know, everyone that is here, I am just a phone call away. Feel free to reach out to me, even if it's just to say hi or if you need to vent. I am here. I will always be here for all of you. So thank you again. Thank you so much for everything.
I second that.
All right, well, see, oh, sure.
Well, first of all, I said thank you so much. I worked a couple of months with you. Very nice. And you always email to me whatever we need. Thank you so much for that.
All right, Veronica. Thank you. You're going to call the motion.
Motion to adjourn my last meeting. Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, guys, good night. Get home safe. Bye-bye. Oh, 8:59 p.m.
Good night.